Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Crypto Invest. As the time of this video, Bitcoin price is pushing higher and higher, and looks like we are going to approach $10,000 very quickly here. We are currently at 97.50, depends on which market you are looking at. And beside Bitcoin, the rest of the altcoins are doing really well as well. So you're looking at Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Ripple, Litecoin. They are either at their all-time high or they are just a couple percentages behind their all-time high. The entire market is doing really well. We are currently sitting at 305 billion US dollars, and in the last 12 months we are moving from 13 billions all the way to the current level. So a lot of people are looking at this kind of gains and they are thinking to themselves one of two things. So a lot of people either thinking that $10,000 for Bitcoin is gonna be huge for cryptocurrencies, and the reason why is because Bitcoin dominance is really high. It's currently at 53.4. So this market is heavily driven by Bitcoin. So they are excited about Bitcoin moving to $10,000. They are excited about the fact that $10,000 is going to attract more and more investors into this market, and we're going to see that amazing growth that a lot of people are talking about, the $15,000, the $100,000 per Bitcoin. But on the opposite side, a lot of people are worried, I should say, a little concerns about the fact that we are growing so quick and so fast, and that we are approaching $10,000, and a lot of people have selling in mind when it comes to $10,000. They are thinking that that's going to be a very big wall for Bitcoin to pass, and the whole market may take a step back when we hit $10,000. So that is the other opposite side of things. And of course, there are a lot of rumors out there. One that I talk about on the channel is the Operation Dragon Slayer, where there is a conspiracy about pushing Bitcoin price down to $1,000 once Bitcoin hit $10,000. So in this video, I want to give you some information about whether or not Bitcoin is a bubble or whether or not Bitcoin is in a bubble. Now, what you are looking at on your screen is a pretty high level explanation of bubble. So the blue circle that you are looking at here is the values of Bitcoin. So that should be Bitcoin values. So whether or not Bitcoin is a bubble, it depends on whether or not you think that Bitcoin has any values. So there's no right or wrong answer. It's just up to you to make that determination. So to me, for example, I think Bitcoin has some values, and one of the values that it provides is a store of values. The fact that Bitcoin price has not lose its value over the last 9 years, that to me, by my definition, is a good store of values. It's something that doesn't lose you money if you put money into it, and Bitcoin over the last 9 years seem to prove as a good store of values. Of course, I don't know the futures, but as of now, that's what I do know. And another thing that I think that Bitcoin does bring to the table is that it does provide a way for people to do cross-border transfer. But that's in my opinion. You, of course, entitled to your own opinions. Now, if you don't think Bitcoin has any value at all, then Bitcoin to you is a bubble, because there is nothing in this circle beside air. But if you do think Bitcoin has some values, then the next question you're going to have is whether or not the price is reflecting the value of Bitcoin. And in most cases, the answer is no, because what happened is this white space over here, this white circle, is the current price of Bitcoin. Imagine it like that. Now, the value of Bitcoin is going to remain in this blue circle. So the difference between the value and the current price is speculations. And this is not unique to Bitcoin. Speculation happen in almost all markets. You look at the stock market. The stock market, the price doesn't reflect the true value or the intrinsic value of any underlying companies. It's really representing the intrinsic values plus speculation. And that's what the price it represents in the stock market, similar to cryptocurrencies. And of course, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. The price is a combination of the value plus speculation. Speculation are really hard to measure and remove from any market. That's why it's really hard for a lot of people to predict bubble, and it's also even harder to predict bubble consistently. And even if you do know for a fact it is a bubble, it's really hard for you to know when the bubble is gonna burst. So that's why when you hear people talk about bubble, you have to kind of take it with a grain of salt. Because even if they are right that Bitcoin is a bubble, there's no way for you to know when the bubble is gonna burst. Is Bitcoin going to $20,000 before it crash? Is $10,000 where Bitcoin gonna crash? Nobody really can tell you that question because the market is unpredictable. So I hope that this serves as the foundation for you to gain some high level understanding of bubble, because we're gonna use this concept and I'm gonna talk about a few things with you. So first off, I want to talk about the fact that cryptocurrencies is currently at 300 billions and Bitcoin market cap is gonna be at around 163 billion. So at this valuation for Bitcoin is actually worth a lot more than some of the well-known companies such as General Motors, Lowe's, Tesla, T-Mobile, and then FedEx and Sony. So if you look at any of these companies individually, you will realize the magnitude of Bitcoin in terms of market cap. It's pretty huge. But at a high level, if you compare Bitcoin to the rest of the market, Bitcoin is actually not that big. So here's an article that was written back in June 30th, 2017. So it's about 5 months ago. Unfortunately, I don't have an updated article for this, so some of the figure here is not updated. So what I have done for you is I make some quick update in the values of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Keep in mind that the rest of the value haven't been updated for 5 months, but this can serve as a platform for us to visualize the value of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin in terms of the entire financial market. So if you take a look at Amazon at 402 billion, it is larger than the total currency market at the moment for crypto. Looking at Apple at 730 billions, it is more than twice as big as the entire cryptocurrencies market. And if you look at gold at 8.2 trillion, the entire cryptocurrencies market have to basically 25x for us to even get close to 8.2 trillions, and Bitcoin have to basically 50x value to even get close to this valuation for gold. And then of course, entire stock market, you are looking at 66.8 trillions. That is an astronomical values that I can't even fantasize what a value of Bitcoin will be if Bitcoin is at 66.8 trillions. Of course, there are no guarantee that Bitcoin cryptocurrencies will ever get close to the value of Amazon or Apple. This one is just want to show you in terms of how large is this market compared to the rest of the financial market. Now that you have some concept of the comparison between Bitcoin and the rest of the financial market, it is up to you to really figure out what the speculation value is for Bitcoin. There's no right or wrong answers, and until you figure out what the speculation is for Bitcoin, then you can realize how big of a bubble we are currently in. And you may come out to say that, hey, Bitcoin value actually is a lot more than what you currently shown here, so therefore I don't think we're in a bubble at all. Maybe that's the case for you, then that's perfectly fine. So with that knowledge, then you can make your own decision as to whether or not you are gonna be excited about Bitcoin going to 10,000, or you're gonna be more skeptical as Bitcoin approaching that $10,000 mark. And of course, if you turn into the so-called expert, you will get opinions from both spectrum. You will have a lot of articles that are warning about the fact that Bitcoin is a bubble, and you also have article that's supporting Bitcoin price that why it's not a bubble. So that's why it's really important for you to make your own determination as to whether or not you think that the price of Bitcoin is too high or too low. If you're looking to add more Bitcoin to your portfolios, or you're looking to cash out some of your gains for Bitcoin. And I also like to say that, if Bitcoin is a bubble, everything else is also a bubble. We have heard about the fact that a lot of experts warn that tech stock is currently a bubble. People say that the market is a bubble. The stock market is a bubble. People talking about the fact that the bond market is a bubble. So this talk has been around for a very long time, and that's why I say that it is really hard to even figure it out if something is in the bubble. It's even harder to figure it out when the bubble is gonna burst. You look at this was published back October 9, 2016, but people are talking about the bond market bubble as early as 2014. So if you are out of the stock market or the bond market the last 3 years or 4 years, you are missing out on a lot of things. So I'm not saying that that's going to be the case for cryptocurrencies, that if you withdraw your money from Bitcoin or any of your altcoins, that you may be missing out on a lot of money, because no one can tell you if this is going to go up or down. It's really up to you to make that determination. And the whole point of this video is just to get you to think. I wanted to provide you some information, so when you hear talk about bubble, you can have some benchmark or some knowledge about whether or not it is a bubble based on your understanding and based on your feeling, really. If Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies market keep you up at night and you have some gains in the market, then I would say maybe taking it out make you sleep better at night. Then maybe that's what needed to be done. Remember, this market is gonna be here a year from now. It's gonna be here 10 years from now. This is gonna be a long battle, and you must think about long-term strategies, right? Whatever gonna fit your personality. If you are traders and you like to keep up with the market all the time, then that more power to you. If you are like me, who are only semi watching the market, and you are looking at long-term value gains, and dollar cost averaging is what worked for me, and if that what works for you, then more power to you. If you are the kind of person that just cannot sleep at night because the market may go down 20%, then maybe taking profit along the way is better for you. There's no right or wrong answer, and I hope this video helped you out a little bit, as I do get a lot of questions from a lot of people as to whether or not $10,000 is gonna be the point where the whole market's gonna go parabolic, and we're gonna see that amazing figure for Bitcoin at $100,000, or is that gonna be the point where the whole market's gonna stall and taking a step back? The answer is I don't know. I can only prepare for the worst. So I currently does build up a cash position on the sideline, and I'm not deploying that to the market, because that cash position is gonna deploy if the market does pull back. If the market doesn't pull back at 10,000, then I will reevaluate my strategies, and that's the whole point of strategy, is to prepare you for whatever may happen next. With that, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helped you a little bit. When I first look at these data, it does help me out. So if you like the content, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe so you don't miss out on any future video. And with that, take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.